Okay, we're gonna bring to you some zombie hunting here. I like this Night Shot Plus thing on the Sony Handycam. Brought Benjamin out here with me. I'm gonna try something different here. You guys have been following me on Facebook. You probably already know about this, but I'm gonna put these decoys out the night before. I've never done that before. I've got a little spot here that these birds are gonna pick me off big time come morning, and I want to try to see if I can. He's so tall, he has a hard time getting in the picture. He's not gonna hunt with me, but he's coming out here to put the deeks out. And I'm gonna drag a little porta potty here into the blind down here, but it's just, I'm gonna give this a whirl and see if this works. So I'm gonna get these decoys out tonight, and hopefully a coyote won't run off with them. But I'd have to get here real super early in the morning. This spot, the birds roost probably 100 yards or so north of where I'm gonna be hunting. So, and all around down there in this field, you're gonna see here when the sun comes up. So, stay tuned. Okay, we're here at the blind, and that's the top of the blind. We've had so much water. It's just collected a bunch of water from the rain, and it's gonna be raining all night too. So, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna slip out here and put these decoys up first, and then we're gonna come back and empty the water off the top of this blind. Because I think if we do it the other way around, these birds are gonna know for sure something's up. So let's get out there and put them up. Okay, we got the decoys out. So we're gonna go over there and see if we can knock all the water off the blind. And that's not gonna be something we're gonna be able to be too quiet about either, so. Well, that wasn't as loud as I thought it was gonna be. We'll go ahead and get the porta potty in here. And I like to have that set up so I don't have to come out of my blind at all. I guess blind stuff's pretty new to me, so most of my hunting has been up against a tree and a natural cover and things, but this is just such an awesome little pocket right here. Is what you guys have been following my deer hunting videos. This is what I've been calling the beehive. Now before we take off here, there's a guy up here that I really have been trying to get to go hunting with me. And maybe he'll go one of these days. What do you think? You're gonna give this a whirl someday? There's my chair. There's my porta potty. There's a nice little blind. Okay, I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning while this guy's in bed. No, I'll be up in the weight room.
said last night that timber's about 100 yards north, but it's, I mean, those birds probably back in there 150 yards or so. But the rain hitting this ground blind here makes it hard to hear too much. And here in Missouri, our shooting time expires at 1 o'clock. Our season is basically the shooting hours is half an hour before sunrise to 1 p.m. And I've got till May 5th to get it done. It's a pretty short season, but Missouri has world-class turkey hunting. Make no mistake about that. It's not quite 7:30, so we're gonna sit tight through the duration here, see what happens. Regardless, it's always exciting. They've got to be a good 200 yards from me right now. Where's the turkey when I'm turkey hunting? I'm going to do a little shout out to Dawn of the Winky Doodles channel. mentioned something to the effect that if it were deer season, that these turkey would be lined up along my gun barrel. I think you're right, my friend. You guys, if you haven't checked out Don's channel, it's awesome. I really recommend it. It's really a family-oriented fishing show. He does a lot of comedy with a friend of his named Barry, and it's quite entertaining. He does a lot of fishing from a billy tube and that sort of thing. Probably don't have the terminology right because I've never done it before, but I just really like watching his show because he really likes to get up close and personal with those fish, and he really knows how to rake them in. So check out Don at the Winky Doodles channel. Well, it looks as if the rain may have moved on out here and left us with overcast skies. Water's pretty much glass except for a little bit of wind. Haven't really had any dripping on the blind for a while, so it makes it easier to hear. Still waiting on Mr. Tom to come in. Now we're on a turkey hunt. We see deer. It's about 10:15, and I've been watching some deer milling around. I'd say about 150 to 200 yards north of me, and they're kind of hugging a tree line, and they're kind of hidden southwest to another area on the property where they like to spend some time, where they feel comfortable. But I'm kind of trying to milk the battery life on the Sony Handycam. Tell you what, I think we've had that camera for, I want to say like 2006, but maybe earlier, and I've never bought a new battery. It's an lithium battery. I'm gonna see if I can watch the deer a little bit more. There's one was back in there kind of spooking around, blowing and everything, but the other ones were playing it pretty cool, so. It's about 10:30, and looks like the rain's fired up again here. It's about 11 o'clock, so I'm going to take me a little deer jerky break. This deer jerky came off this property. A deer that I took with my bow at like 8 yards last Show Me State bow hunting season. Seems like to me it was right before the gun opener, somewhere in there, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll put the link to that video up on the screen. If you guys want to check that out, I'd like to invite you to do so. And by the way, this jerky, this seasoning is High Mountain, and I bought the Hunter's Blend several months back,
because I wanted to make something decent for the people who own this property. And I was using some kind of a Walmart deal for a long time, but it was good, but this is better. So, high mountain. Maybe I'll flip. Yeah, maybe I'll throw that up there on the screen for you too, but it's pretty good. They got several different flavors.
That kind of sounds like a squirrel behind me. Let's hope something's heading my way.
Well, guys, I don't think the birds wanted to play this time. That's alright. I kind of expected it to be in that field, being all rainy and everything, but I would imagine they were in some field somewhere. The only gobbling that I heard was when I was walking in, and maybe just a little bit right around the sunrise, but you know, it was still a great day to get out in God's creation. I got some great footage of some deer. You see that dude walking around that pond, that was neat. He was after his meal. But hopefully we'll get out here and get this done one more time. Still like to wrap my tag around a show me state gobbler. But if not, it's always good to be out here. Okay guys, you're not going to believe this, but maybe you will if you've had any experience hunting turkeys. But this is a first for me. It's 1:15. It is after shooting hours have expired. They expire here, like I say, in Missouri, and at 1 o'clock. I was within probably 40 yards of a nice bird and his hen walking up out of this bottom area. which is the place where I saw him earlier in the week. And he just looked over at me and just went back to feeding. As soon as I started going for the Sony Handycam to zoom in on him, he started easing off. By the time I got it fired up, they were already into the edgy stuff. But you know how it is. That's just turkey hunting for you. I don't know, it almost wouldn't have been fair, really, even if I did. Of course, I wouldn't shoot with, I wouldn't make an illegal shot in terms of, the time having expired. But can you imagine that, walking up out of the bottom there and having a few minutes left and being able to plug one standing by your truck? That's just crazy. Oh well, until next time, happy hunting, guys.